English lesson. Here we are back again with another interesting English lesson. Hope you're safe and sound. Today, my friend Samadhi is joining me in presenting this lesson. Hello Samadhi, welcome to the lesson.
Thank you, Miss Priyadarshini. Hello, children.
Yes, Samadhi and my dear children, today we are going to do a lesson on collective nouns and compound nouns. You don't have to worry about it because they already know that. Our grade 8 children, they already know what compound nouns and what collective nouns are because we did a lesson previously about collective nouns and compound nouns. Here in my lesson today, I am not going to teach them what collective nouns and compound nouns are, but we are going to do some activities and also we are going to read some stories using collective nouns and compound nouns where they can use the collective nouns in real life situations.
And they can practice as well.
Yes, and also they will learn to pluralize these collective nouns and compound nouns. That is the main purpose of this lesson. You must learn to pluralize collective nouns and compound nouns. Right, can you see this picture, children and my dear Samadhi?
Yes, there's a nice picture of children holding hands.
Yes, and also it is a hot sunny day.
Oh, yes.
And there's a group of friends, right? We call a group of friends a party of friends.
Ooh, a party of friends.
Yes, it was a hot sunny day. A party of friends went out for a walk in the mountains. It would be very lovely to go for a walk in the mountains, right?
Yes.
As they were walking, they saw a flock of sheep. Can you see Samadhi in the picture?
Oh, yes, left side corner.
Here in this picture, you see a flock of sheep, right? The flock of sheep, they were, while they were enjoying this, they heard a loud trumpeting noise. You know what that was?
Trumpeting, there's the animal sound,
Yes,
right?
it's the herd of elephants. Can you see in this picture?
Oh, yes.
Yes, a group of elephants are called
A herd of elephants.
herd of elephants. That's right. They were fascinated by the sight of a troop of monkeys in a tree. Being so excited, they almost stepped on a colony of ants. Can you see the picture of the monkeys, Samadhi?
Oh, yes, there's a cute picture of monkeys.
Yes. So we call a group of monkeys, we take it as one unit, right? And we call it a troop of monkeys. And then, can you see a colony of ants?
There are a lot of ants.
Lot of ants together, we call it a colony of ants, right? So, next, after walking further, they came to a beautiful pond. They were so excited and tired and wanted to have a bath. They saw a school of fish swimming in the pond. Now, they jumped into the pond to have a bath.
It's a hot day.
Yes, it's a hot sunny day. And in the pond, they saw, what did they see?
Oh, there is a flock of birds. Oh no, in the pond.
Pond.
We have a school of fish.
School of fish. A group of fish together swimming. We call it a school of fish, right? And when they were looking up, they saw a flock of birds. Can you see the flock of birds flying, my dear children? They are flying in a V shape. Can you see that? Yes. Now, yes, we saw that story. Okay, now tell me, my dear children, do you notice anything in common or in all these things? Yes. A flock of sheep, a herd of elephants, a troop of monkeys, a colony of ants, right? what do you see in common? The nouns flock, herd, troop, colony. I have some more words, right? A school of fish, a flock of birds, a litter of kittens. Can you see those pictures?
Oh yes, there are some beautiful pictures.
Yes. There, see, a group of kittens called a litter of kittens, right? A swarm of bees. Can you see the picture? The bees are here. Yes. A pride of lions. Can you see that, Miss Amadi?
Oh yes, we have pride of lions there.
Yes. A group of lions
Yes,
are called
pride of lions.
pride of lions. A pack of wolves in the last picture.
Yes.
Right? So all these words, school, flock, litter, swarm, pride, pack, we use them to, yes, all the above words you learnt refer to names of groups or collections, right? Groups or collections, children. So, they are called collective nouns. This is what I wanted to tell you. You know these things, but I use them in a small story, right? A collective noun is a word used to name a group of people, animals, or things. Okay? And it is a count noun. Collective noun is a count noun that denotes a group. Can you remember the count nouns and non-count nouns that we learnt? Right? In my previous lesson, I taught you count nouns and non-count nouns, and I told you count nouns can be pluralized. Right? There are certain rules in pluralizing, and count nouns can be pluralized. So, my dear children, collective nouns are count nouns. As I told you, they can be changed into the plural form. Since they are count nouns, you can pluralize them according to the context, right? So, you can see in this picture there are two teams, right? In a team, there are many players, but we take a team as one unit, one group. Okay, Miss Samadhi?
Yes.
Yes, we take a team as one group. That is why we call a team of cricketers or team of players. Players is plural, but still we say a team of players. We take it as singular, one group. So, when you want to talk about more teams, I mean 2 or more teams, we pluralize the collective noun.
Okay.
Right? Okay? Now look at these examples. Give the plural form of the collective noun. Both the teams, that means 2 teams, right, of players were equally good. Okay? So I have used that in a sentence, in a general sentence, right? Look at the 2 pictures at the bottom of the slide, right? 2 classes. We take a class of students, we call the collective noun for students is a class of students. Now here we see how many classes?
We have 2.
2 classes. We call it classes of students. Now here I didn't use a because it is plural, right? Right, here, can you see the picture? A gang of thieves, right? We call a group of thieves gang of thieves, right? Can you read the sentence, Samadhi?
Oh, sure. So, gangs of thieves have robbed several banks last night.
Yes, gangs of thieves have robbed several banks last night. Yes, not only one gang, gangs. Right? And the 4th sentence, bridesmaids. Have you seen bridesmaids? Where do you see bridesmaids?
Well, we can see bridesmaids at weddings.
Yes. What do they have in their hands?
Oh, they have beautiful bouquets.
Bouquets of flowers.
Flowers.
Right? Bouquets of flowers. Right, children? Bridesmaids had bouquets of flowers in their hands. Right? So, the group of flowers together, we call it a bouquet or a bunch. Right? Now, here, bridesmaids, they have bouquets of flowers. So bridesmaids, plural, right? So they had, each one had a bouquet. So altogether, bouquets,
Bouquets.
plural, right, of flowers in their hands. The basket was filled with combs of bananas. Can you see the combs of bananas in the picture?
Oh, left side we can see combs of
Yes.
bananas.
And bunches of grapes. There, see the juicy bunches of grapes?
Yes, they look yummy.
Yes. So we call bunch of grapes a group of grapes together, right? A number of grapes together, and we call several bunches of grapes, right? Now, dear children, we are going to use the words in the box to fill in the blanks, right? These are all collective nouns, right? The words are, now you are going to use the correct collective nouns to complete the passage. Can you read the words, Samadhi, for the children?
Oh, sure. So we have collection, band, bunches, troop, bunches again, and crowd.
Yes, I have used bunches twice with a purpose, right?
Okay.
Yes. Now I'm going to describe about Senuri's birthday,
Oh, okay.
right? Senuri had her birthday yesterday. You know, I went to her birthday.
Wow.
Right. So I'm going to say what I saw and how I enjoyed there, right? It was Senuri's birthday yesterday. Her house was decorated with some bunches of balloons, right? Decorated with bunches of balloons. A big crowd was invited for the party. Crowd, it is a collective noun, Samadhi. So, it is a collective noun for people. A group of people is called a crowd, right? A very beautiful collection of songs were played by the band of musicians, right? A very beautiful collection of songs were played by the band of musicians. Musicians, a group of musicians together we call a band, right? And songs, a number of songs together, we call it a collection. We can say a selection or a collection, right? The performance by the troupe of dancers. So they had invited a troupe of dancers, right? The performance was amazing. Can you remember, Samadhi, and also my dear children, I used the same pronunciation in one of the collective noun in an activity we did previously.
It was the hot summer day where we
yes.
saw a troop of monkeys.
Troop of monkeys, exactly the same pronunciation. Troop of dancers and troop of monkeys. But look at the spelling. That is different, right? Troop of monkeys, you spell it T-R-O-O-P, and here troop of dancers, you spell T-R-O-U-P-E, right? But the pronunciation, same, okay? Right. The performance by the troupe of dancers was amazing. She received lovely bunches of flowers from her friends, right? For birthdays, we give flowers as gifts, right? She received lovely bunches of flowers, right? We used bunches for balloons and as well as for flowers. That's why I told you at the beginning, I have used bunches twice in the box. So, I was wondering whether I had made a mistake. No, right? So, we needed bunches twice, okay?
Because
so,
we can use the same collective noun with different
different groups of words, nouns. Yes, that's right. So, I wanted to teach that, right? We can use it. Now, we can say herd of cattle and herd of elephants.
Exactly.
Right? We can say school of fish and shoal of fish. Right?
Two different collective nouns for the same noun.
Yes. Army of soldiers and army of ants. Yes. So there are variations like that, my dear children. You also must know those things. And so the collective nouns, we use them We learned how to pluralize them. Right now, my dear children, and also Samadhi, now we are moving to the second part of the lesson.
Okay.
That is the compound nouns, right?
Okay.
A noun made up of 2 or more words is a compound noun. A compound noun comes in 3 forms: closed, hyphenated, and open. Right, let me explain with examples, right? Closed means the 2 words. Compound noun is 2 nouns together. 2 words together.
No
Nouns or
space.
adjectives. No space, right? So if you write it together, like in network, workbook, classroom, okay, or as we can say timetable, textbook, workbook, we write the 2 words. Network, 2 words, but written together. Workbook, 2 words written together. Classroom, 2 words written together. So those are closed type, right? And open type, bus stop, separately. We write the 2 words separately. Can you see the space in the middle?
Oh, yes.
Yes. Sitting room, separate. Swimming pool, right? They are still the compound nouns, but not written together. Right. Hyphenated. What is the hyphen? Can you see a small line between these words?
Oh, yes.
Yes. Son-in-law. Passer-by. Teacher in charge. Those are hyphenated words. Those are called compound nouns. Right. How to make the plurals of compound nouns, right? That is also very simple. We are going to learn that. Is the compound noun written as 1 word?
Yes.
Yes. Then you must pluralize the ending of the word if you find the compound noun written as 1 word, right? Like timetable becomes timetables, textbook becomes textbooks, workbook becomes workbooks, rainforest becomes rainforests, and spoonful becomes
Spoonfuls.
correct. Yes. Next. Again, another question for you, Samadhi.
Okay.
Is the compound noun written as 1 word?
This time, no.
No. Yes. Then you have to think like this. Pluralize the main word. Pluralize the main word, right? Like full moon, 2 words, right?
Yeah.
1 compound noun but written as 2. Full moons. The main word here is moon. So you make it plural moons. Bus stop. What is the main word?
Stop.
You make it stops. Bus stops. Swimming pool. What is the main word?
Pool.
Yes, you make it
Swimming pools.
pools. Right. Next question for you. Is the compound noun hyphenated?
Yes.
Yes, I told you what are hyphenated compound nouns. If the compound noun hyphenated, pluralize the main word again. Like, look at the examples. Mother-in-law, mother-in-law. Mother is the main word. You make it plural by adding just S, right? Mothers-in-law, step-brother, step-brothers, teacher in charge, teachers in charge, right? Let's do an activity. Find the compound nouns in the following box. Now, we are going to read the words out.
Okay.
And my dear children, you have to find the compound nouns, right? We are reading some other words also.
Yeah.
Not only the compound nouns, right? I'm going to start. Toothbrush,
Bathroom.
friendliness,
Notebook.
development,
Rainfall.
broomstick,
Robotics.
classroom,
Inventor.
grandmother,
Footprint.
celebration,
Wallpaper.
aircraft,
Textbook.
right. Now, you children, you have to find
The compound noun.
yes, in this list, right? The answers are, we are going to check the answers. Toothbrush, is it a compound noun?
It is a compound
It
noun.
is, yes, it is highlighted in red. Bathroom, is it?
Yes.
Yes, it is in red, right?
Yes.
Friendliness?
It is not a compound noun.
No, it is not. There aren't 2 words found there.
Yeah.
Notebook,
It is a compound noun.
correct. Development,
Is not a compound noun.
rainfall,
Compound noun again.
Yes, rain and fall together. Celebration?
No, it is not a compound
No.
noun.
Aircraft?
Two words together, yes, it's a
Yes,
compound
yeah.
noun.
And craft. Broomstick?
Yes, it's a compound noun.
Robotics?
It is not a compound noun.
No. Classroom?
Two words together makes a compound
Yes,
noun.
class and room. Inventor?
Not a compound noun again.
Grandmother?
Two words, yes, it's a compound noun.
Grandmother. Okay. Footprint?
Footprint together, it's a compound noun.
Yes. Wallpaper?
Compound noun again.
And last, textbook.
Definitely a compound noun.
Compound noun. Yes, you can see that very clearly, my dear children. The compound nouns are given in red, right? Okay. So you know what compound nouns are. Okay. Now, and you know how to pluralize the compound nouns as well. We have a very small activity to pluralize the compound nouns. Right. I'm going to read the first sentence. We have a whiteboard in the classroom. See the two compound nouns, whiteboard and classroom. Yes, the answer, Samadhi.
We have whiteboards in our classrooms.
Good. The teacher in charge of Science Society addressed the meeting.
Well, when you pluralize it, the teachers in charge of the Science Society addressed the meeting.
Yes, teachers in charge. That is a hyphenated compound noun. Nimali's sister-in-law sang at her wedding.
When we pluralize it, Nimali's sisters-in-law, the head word of the compound
word,
noun,
yes.
sang at her wedding.
Very good. Timetable for 2021 is given to the class teacher. Timetable is the compound noun.
Then we pluralize it. Timetables for 2021 are given to the class teachers.
Correct. A passerby stopped at the bus stop. A passerby stopped at the bus stop to rest a while. Passerby is a hyphenated compound noun and bus stop is another compound noun but written separately. So, what will be the plural?
Well, then we have to pluralize both.
Yes.
Some passers-by stopped at the bus stops to rest a while.
There you are. Exactly. Yes. Now, my dear children, it is the end of our lesson. Now, we are going to summarize what we learned today. Right. Hope you can remember. So, at the beginning I said that I'm going to focus my lesson on compound nouns and collective nouns. And I told you that I am not going to teach you compound nouns and collective nouns, but I am going to revise it because you know it already, and I am going to help you to use it in real life situations, different contexts. Use it. Using is the most important thing, my dear children, using the language.
It is.
Right? We have to use the language correctly and precisely, accurately, and also we have to be meaningful in language. Right. So you learned to pluralize the collective nouns, and also you learned to pluralize the compound nouns, and also you learned to use these collective nouns and compound nouns in different contexts. Right. I think, children, it was a very interesting lesson, and we too enjoyed the lesson very much.
I hope the children enjoyed too.
Yes. And it is the end, as I told you. So we are going to wind up our lesson and hope to meet you in a very interesting lesson again. Until then, stay safe and stay healthy.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.